this stinky. Alright. Hold on. I gotta get my arm up to get my controller. Ah! Alright. Alright. I need a drink. You boys ready? Oh my god. All right. Oh my god, I remembered where I am. Chat. I don't have to scroll through a million fucking cups. It just remembers where I left off at. Alright, here we go. Game said funky, so we'll do funky. Let's do it. Yeah, so I played this yesterday. Haven't uploaded it yet. Working on it. But it's just like everything you could ever want in Mario Kart. Like everything. Oh. Okay. Alright. But it's all in Mario Kart Wii. Custom Mario Kart. So chat. In terms of gaming, for games that streamer actually plays, that Spell Carnival game, the one made by Compile Heart, I think it's gonna be on Steam. It's gonna be on Steam on May 7th. Thanks, dude. But I don't know how expensive it's gonna be, because I don't think it's gonna be very good. I don't think it's gonna be very good, but I still want to play it. But I don't want to $40 play it, if you know what I mean. Like $20? Sure. Give me a key? Sure. But you know, I don't know if I want to spend $40 on a game that I'm going to just think is aggressively mediocre. Are you for real? Are you for real? They really all like hit the brakes because they knew that blue shell was coming. Oh, this is great. Okay, you fucking cheater. Do you like how Birdo came out of her bullet bill in like 3rd place and then had a mega mushroom? I didn't deserve this. I mean, you bought Mental Mahjong for $50. Yeah, because I thought it would be good. I played 4N and it was really good, and I thought there was going to be a bunch of stuff to do in the Genso one. And the price was really steep, and I was willing to put it down because I thought I would get a lot of time out of it. And then I learned too late that a lot of the content in the game is not great. And I regret my purchase. But this game I'm aware of because this game has been out on like actual systems for a while. And now it's going to be on Steam. Hasha! My name is Funky Kong. Whoa! I'm not going that way. No, not again. I made my choice. Nice music. Baby. Idiot boy. These idiots are falling. Watch out for that banana, Funky Kong! Oh no! This is pretty cool, actually, how well this is made. I'm gonna be safe about this. Yeah, we're gonna be a little safe about this. There you go. Bodacious. He's here, he's on his way to pick me up from the airport. What a good guy. Cheap, cheap beach. What a swell guy, that Funky Kong. Alright, okay, alright. I'm digging it, I'm seeing it, I'm looking at it, I got it. Whee! Looks pretty good. I'm holy speech. I'm interested in the Luigi's Mansion one for the most, for sure. Why is there just fucking... What the hell is that? Kind of fucking Jabu Jabu belly texture was that in the water? There's no mud. Anyway, Chad, anything exciting happen while I was away for like a single day? Because we're at the end of April. I don't really know what else is going on. I know that Expedition 33 game came out like a day after they shadow dropped Oblivion. Well, I heard it was pretty good. Actually, I heard it was pretty good, which is pleasantly surprising. Because I'll be honest with you, I thought I didn't really have much. I didn't really have high hopes for it. Yeah, it was made by ex-Ubisoft developers. You know where I saw that game originally? I saw it in the Sony presentation that they did some time ago, about 2 months ago, I think. They showed off 4 games. They showed off Ninja Gaiden 4. They showed off Expedition 33. They showed off Doom. And they showed off some other game that I think came out like a couple weeks after it was shown off. I don't remember its name. All I know is that it looked like shit. And it ran like shit. And they were like, oh, no, it's stop motion. It's supposed to look like shit. It's the theme. It's like, no, it just looks like shit. This is bullshit. 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 Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Oh, I passed Wario. The premise in the world is really interesting. Yeah, I heard it's actually like cool and well written and neat. Which is, like I said, it's a nice change. But yeah, those 4 games they showed off, they had Ninja Gaiden 4 and they had Ninja Gaiden Black, or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on the same day release. They showed off Doom stuff, which Doom is going to come out next month. Expedition 33 was the 3rd game they showed off. Oh, cool. And the 2nd game they showed off was, I guess the nicest way I can say it, in the most understandable way, is it looks like exactly the kind of game that you are told you should buy, even though it's shit. And then you don't buy it, and they get mad at you for not buying it. Now, that's a lot of words, but you know what kind of game I mean when I say that. That's probably the safest way I can possibly say that without riling any feathers. Look at those boos. I thought that was a fucking Goomba. Is the mud gonna... Oh, mud doesn't do much. No, I really almost got him. He just decided to be faster than me with that. Alright. Ow. Alright, well. Okay. Alright. Chad, do you remember Avowed? Because I don't know anything about Avowed. I found out Avowed existed. At least he didn't take my fucking bow. Holy shit, that tree just got fucking bojangled. Avowed came out, I think it was a couple months ago. And people called it like Elder Scrolls with absolutely no no features. But like, I feel like people were giving it a lot of shit because it was, they were really hyping it up. But I genuinely don't remember any advertising or marketing of the game at all. It just kind of, people were playing it one day and they were talking about how it's really not that good. And I was like, huh. Thank you for the micro adjustment. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, we're fine. Easy. This is the Obsidian game. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that it's called Avowed, and it's apparently it was marketed as some kind of like Elder Scrolls type game, but it's missing a lot of things to even do in the game. I think it was another one of those games where you're not allowed to be mean to the NPCs, which is just, you know, listen. When I play video games, I don't want to be mean to people either, but when you give me the choice to be mean, it makes my choice to not be mean have more of an impact, you know? All right. Alright. Wait, so this Avowed I'm talking about was like a remake? Can't punch a guard. Bro, I watched Vinny play Oblivion yesterday, and immediately a beggar spawned in his face and was like, please spare a coin, and then Vinny stabbed him in the eye. And I was like, yep, that sounds like, that's Elder Scrolls. Like, you can just do that. Should you? I would say no. You probably shouldn't. But it's the fact that you can do it. It's the fact that you can do it that makes the decision not to do it so much stronger. Instead of the game just telling you you're not allowed to do it. You know? You can't be mean. You can't say mean words. You can't say mean things. You can't use that name. It's offensive. What do you mean the game is completely single player? I'll be real with you, chat. I don't have a single example of that. I don't have a single example of that. I don't know if that's even true. But I know that when I was a kid, and you were not playing online, or your online said online interactions not rated by the ESRB, that people could have some real goofy names. That's all. I don't have a single example of a game single player only telling you you can't use certain words. That's 1984, baby. But I don't have any examples, so I can't get mad. If I get mad about it, then, well, Pokemon's online. Newer Pokemon games have connectivity with users just in general. Now, Red, Blue, and Yellow, that's completely single player. Ooh. I know certain words stopped being allowed when GTS got introduced. They started being a little more careful about stuff like that when GTS became a thing. Alright, this is really fair, really good. You want me with another one? Okay, I got first somehow. Or will let you fight other people. Well, it's just, again, online interactions not rated by ESRB. But they didn't want you naming Pokemon. They didn't want you naming Pokemon certain names because, well, it's a kid's game. And when you have connectivity with that, when you have connectivity with kids and it's like, Mom, look at this Pokemon I got. What's its name? Oh my goodness! Right? That's a bit of a problem. You can't change a trainer's nickname from a traded Pokemon either. Oh. There's no filter like that in red and blue and yellow. Well, this is unnecessary. Alright then. Just give me a fucking bullet bill. Yo, the Quacker kinda going. I'm gonna land on that. Yeah. Yeah. Do it again, why don't ya? Now, a lot of games nowadays have online. Some games even require you to be online at all times, which I don't really like that, personally. There's a pretty well-known screenshot of some dude playing his Call of Duty, and he lost his internet connection, so he tried to play the single-player campaign, and the game kicked him out of it because he couldn't maintain an internet connection to check that it was connected to the internet. And it's like, oh, okay. I don't think you should have a constant internet connection to play video games. I think you should have an internet connection to use features that require the internet, but I don't think your game, unless it's like a live service game where the only way to play the game is with people over the internet, probably shouldn't require you to be online at all times. Not everyone is Norwegian, alright? Not everyone lives in Norway, where internet is a basic human right. No. It's a privilege. Always online DRM. See, I don't know what any of that shit means, but from what I understand, which isn't very much, mind you, most of that stuff is... Ow. Most of that stuff is not considered very wanted by the people who own the games. I think it's like some kind of anti-cheat, right? But the anti-cheat really goes way too far at performing anti-cheat. Also, I'm pretty sure DRM is the kind of thing that, because it's constantly checking, essentially, for cheating, it's always running alongside the game. So it's using resources that could otherwise be attributed to your game's performance. So that's why when the games get cracked, they get the DRM removed, and then the gameplay experience is unironically better. Monster Wild is only letting you launch the game 3 times per day to stop account sharing. Thanks, De Nouveau. That can't be real. The only reason I don't want to believe that's real is because nobody has ever said that yet about the game. You really can't boot the game up more than 3 times a day. Because of a... What? DRM's not anti-cheat. The save level is anti-cheat. Forget that shit out of my games. I don't know what that means. Oh. Well. I thought the whole point of the DRM was that it was supposed to check for cheats. Always DRM. Yo, we're on Waluigi Pinball right now. Kind of radical. It stops pirating, doesn't it? Oh, funny boy. This guy's funny. fucking good job it's doing there, isn't it? You know, it's kernel level anti-cheat, which means super admin rights to do all the shits it wants. And DRM is anti-piracy. Yeah, I know about Denuvo. First time I think I heard about Denuvo was Doom 2016. DRM anti-piracy. Ha ha ha. Good one. I don't know if I have any games that have Denuvo in them. Legitimately. I don't buy a lot. Ow. I don't buy a lot of modern games. Which I'm sure you're aware. I'm having fun. Are you? I don't buy a lot of modern games. Nice car, Bowser. Alright. DRM is just delayed piracy, but fucks over genuine users. That sounds about right. Because we all know that it's gonna happen. We all know it's gonna happen. There's no doubt it's gonna happen. But the people who aren't trying to pirate it have to deal with the anti-piracy measures the most. And they don't have a way to just get rid of it. So many games have this issue now. The thing is, I get the idea of it, like anti-cheat for multiplayer games, but do you really need Denuvo in a mainly single-player focused game? Do you really need that level of anti-cheat in a mostly single-player game? If somebody cheats on their single-player game, they can just go ahead. Fuck it, it's your game, dude. I don't care. Action Replay, Game Shark, Game Genie. Oh, man. You know what, though, chat? Okay, how many of you had a Game Shark or an Action Replay or a Game Genie or anything like that? Because when I was a kid... Oops. When I was a kid, I never had anything like that. But I always thought about, like, whoa. If I had this, oh my god, it'd be so awesome. I'd go, like... My idea of getting access to, like, a Game Shark would be literally just triggering the in-game events that you had to go to, like, real locations for so I could get the Pokemon in my game. That was what I wanted to do with Game Shark. That's what I fantasized about getting to do with a Game Shark. And then one day, my buddy at the time, he had an Action Replay. And I was like, holy shit, Action Replay. Puggies, let's try it out. And I used it on my Pearl version. And I put in, haha, all Pokemon shiny code. Haha, the catch Darkrai code. And then I went into the grass and I was like, holy shit, it's a shiny Darkrai. Oh my god, Puggies, Puggies. And then after about 5 minutes, I was like, alright, I'm bored. And then I never had an urge to use any form of Game Shark ever again. Because I did everything you could possibly want to do with it. And I was just like, alright, I'm done. Because I don't really care about having legendaries that much. And shinies, the only value that comes from shinies is the value that you yourself put on it. Usually from, you know, getting it from your own work. When you just enter a code that says, make this guy shiny, please, thank you, and you get a shiny Pokemon, you look at it and you're like, you're not shiny. You're not really shiny. You're not really shiny. You have no intrinsic value, and you have even less value to me because I didn't do anything to obtain you. I didn't earn you. You simply have a little star that says you're shiny, but you're not special. You're nothing. Modding's different. I'd say modding's different. Modding can completely change an experience, right? Modding can be great. There's all kinds of cool not sex-based mods for all kinds of cool not sex-based games. See, I didn't really get shinies when I was a kid. Never got them. Everybody else in my family did. Even my little sister, who barely played, just fucking found a shiny Bidoof in Pearl, and I heard about it. I was like, cool. Everybody gets a shiny. I was working on getting the shiny charm with my friend, with Black and White 2. And I was hanging out with him and another friend of mine, and we were sitting there trading with each other to increase our like final evos in our decks to get the shiny charm. And this motherfucker, who has no interest in getting his national decks done, just finds a shiny Skorupi while we're just chilling. And I was just like, okay. I didn't find a single shiny in White 2 with my shiny charm. I put a week straight into that dex for the shiny charm. Didn't find a single shiny. Not a one. Not a fucking one. Life comes at you fast, Ed boy. Woo-wee. Oh god. This is the summit level, I forgot. I cheated to get my shiny and didn't get a real one until third playthrough of X and Y. See, my first shiny I ever got that wasn't like, you know, like Gyarados was a Starly. Oh, was a cute snowman. It was a Starly that I chained, followed by a Shinx that I chained. And then I found a shiny Shaman. So like, and then most of my shinies after that came from Masuda Method. The very first time I tried Masuda Method in White, when I heard about the rates on it, I went for a shiny Zora. I got it in 30 eggs. And I was like, holy shit. Holy shit, this shit works. I was ecstatic. And then I tried to get immediately after, and it took over 400 eggs, and I was like, okay, noted. Fluked out real fucking hard. Gotcha. Gotcha. A Patrat. Oh, that's a shame. I don't like Patrat or Watchog. Soccer mods, that would be great. Soccer mods would be great, though. I'm not sure what you'd do with it, because, you know, if you want to make, like, cool custom shots, you gotta hire a fucking animator. But cracking open Total Soccer would be great. We could probably, like, actually make stuff work properly. And it'd be fun to revisit. Some shit also doesn't work properly in that game, either. Like, can you fix the Player 2 AI? Can you fix the bug that makes it so Player 2 doesn't recover guts on halftime? Can you do that? Good job, Todd. I love these snowmen. Woo! Wow, okay, that's close. There was a hyper-specific requirement to the story. Yes. Mailing specifically has a special... Mailing has a special, like, challenge save that she could do. That it's a special move she could only do in a position where the opponent has gotten the ball and it's and challenging the goalie in an overhead. And in order to unlock that move, you need that situation to happen in a certain story match. but it doesn't fucking happen because the AI just doesn't go for shit like that. Because why would it? So I didn't get that move. I didn't get that move because how fucking could I? Shiny Honey to X and Y, found a Ghastly. Got the restock on Pokeballs? Oh no. My first shiny in X and Y was a Camerupt from a friend's Safari. My second shiny was a Camerupt. Literally the next encounter. I ran into 2 shiny Camerupt in a row. And I was so confused. I was like, is this entire friend Safari just shiny Camerupts? It's actually kind of fucked up. Then one time I was like, I want a shiny Honedge. That would be cool. So I went into the grass where you catch Honedge. And after like 10 encounters, I found a shiny Honedge. And I was just like, oh, alright. I guess that'll never happen again. This is after I'd beaten the game, so I didn't really get to do anything with it. But yes, I had one of those, today I will, like, I had one of those I should buy a boat moments, and then I actually fucking bought the boat. Wild. Alright. Can the game run at all? Isn't the majority of the game run in like basically an Excel sheet? You know, if you reverse engineer that game well enough, you could probably set good groundwork for making it a sequel. Though admittedly, the issue with a sequel is less so the groundwork and more so actually getting the level of quality to it again. I wonder if you could hire the studio that made the animations. I think they're still active. Do you think they would actually like want to do that though? If you're like, hey, you want to make like animations for cool shots again? Check their rates. That could actually be pretty awesome. Cause Toho Soccer 2 was not good. Oh, neither was that. Toho Soccer 2 Rebirth was a fan taking over the project. I use the term fan a bit loosely. But yeah, kind of a failure. The thing is, I'm pretty sure Hachikuma was like, yeah, whatever, go ahead. And I don't know how he would feel if he heard it again. If they heard, hey, we want to do this, and he looked back at what happened with the second one, right? Yeah. Here's 1,000 to make a 30-second soccer shot animation. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? That's the thing. How much are they charging for it? Their animations were very solid back then. And they have a game series that they still do that for. And they're also the ones who made Shady Trial, if you didn't know. So they made Shady Trial, and their animation skills are quite good. It'd be nice to be able to like contact them somehow and just kind of, you know, just kind of feel out the waters. It might not even come to anything, but I think it could be cool to just kind of see what they would say about that. If they'd be like, you know, if you got the money and you got the idea, then sure, why not? Now, do I have the money? Probably not. But if it's like economical to an extent where we're getting some cool shit, then fuck yeah, dude. And you know what? Maybe we make the game, maybe we sell it for $20 and then we make our money back, right, boys? What if I sell the game for 12 bucks? What if I split the royalties with Hachikuma? It's not my game. That's kind of the thing, right? It's like, cause it's like if you're reverse engineering their original game, it's not really an original game anymore, right? So in that case, can you really call it that? I don't really know I don't really know the best way to like, you know, I don't know how to business economics this conversation. But to be able to create like a Toho Soccer 2 and get the original group of animators to do like new characters, we add animations, that would be fucking radical. A Toho Soccer 2 A real Toho Soccer 2. Well, Strawberry Boss is like their sister group, right? Where they help with their stuff a lot. But they've been working hard with, because of Devil Decline and Genius of Sopiros, right? Which are now done and dusted. I don't know how well Devil Decline actually did. I hope it did well enough. I didn't get to play it because my computer wouldn't let me. Which, by the way, I haven't had that issue happen in a long time now, and I think that's because of the games I play more than anything. But yeah, I couldn't play any more Devil Decline because every time that my computer did that, it made the frame rate bad and it crashed whatever I was doing. And if that happened in a fight, I was not going to want to replay it. So I cut it early until I, you know, maybe I get a new computer. Well, I'm here now. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I don't want to be like, we charge money, we make money. Exactly. I mean, you can buy Toho Soccer 2. I think it's like a fucking $20 game. If you really want. You shouldn't. But they were allowed to do that for some reason. They actually sell that on DL site. You can buy that on DL site if you really want it. But if the cost of animations is pretty high, then donations are not going to beat out sales. You know what I mean? Yak 4, I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand what the issue was. Because it was consistently skipping frames in the same spots. So it wasn't random. It was doing it in the same spots. Oh. But the thing is, it was only doing that on OBS. The game was running just fine. I got no idea what's caused that. I've never seen that issue before. I've legitimately never seen that issue before. I don't even know how to troubleshoot it. Maybe someday I'll get a new computer. And when I do, I can revisit a majority of the games that I couldn't play anymore because whenever my computer crashed, it took them with me. Toavania actually does that to me. I wanted to play Toavania 2 and try like a no-death hard mode. Because I really like that game. But that's a game that's frequent to doing that, and when it does, again, it freezes the game, and when I reopen it, the frame rate is just a mess for some reason. So it's not like... I didn't even get all the achievements in that game because of that. I just couldn't play it. Because it would just like crash and then I'd be fucked out of the run. Frame rate mismatch? No, I tried. I tried changing the frame rate, refresh rate of my monitor. Like, I changed all the possible settings that would, like, actually have an impact. But it just didn't work. But all the other Yakuza games did work. Yeah, well, before we start talking about big business, right? You essentially gotta figure out if they're even up for it, right? Because they were cool with Shady Trial being translated. They made it pretty clear though. They were like, yeah, we can't like pay you for this translation, but like if you want to do it, then cool, go for it. And that's what Hawk and I did. And then he had his donations, which let him, like, you know, get some money back on it. Alright, here we are. DF Special Cup. But this time we'd be approaching them and we would be like, hey, can we pay you to do this? Could be a good idea. You never know until you try, right? Can't host it on Steam. Why not? Why can't you host Toho Soccer on Steam? Wait, what are you talking about? Whole organized project. Planned out and negotiated. See, that's kind of the thing too, right? But it also depends on the scope of the modding. Scope of the modding, scale of the modding, quality of the, like, models and animations that aren't tied to their specific animations Because they didn't do the animations. They only did the animations for like the shot cut-ins. They didn't do like all the flashy stuff, I don't think. I think that was Hachikuma's group that handled like anytime the character models were there, there was them. But when it made a cinematic, it was Myokai. Post arc of the non-total music remix of Tsubasa. Yeah, that's true. That is true, but they are mixed. They're not ripped from it. They are mixed. Though I guess if you wanted to split hairs about it, you could probably get somebody to do music. Oh god, we're making a full-scale game here right now. We don't have the cash for that. What's your budget? My budget is $20. What can I do with $20? Where am I? But it would be exciting. It would be exciting. We got this project off the ground. I don't even have to get anything from it. Like, I literally get a game to play. I get a game to play that is awesome. I fucking love Toho Soccer. Man, you know what? Maybe we should play Toho Soccer again someday. Just to catch everybody up on why it's so great. Let everybody know why we even care this much about this particular fucking game. Whoa. Beach! Okay. Alrighty. Lemmy's Tire Service. I wouldn't touch that motherfucker. That was weird. Well, okay. Soccer went on for a very long time. I did all the story, the submissions, and I did travel mode twice. And then we had tournaments as well. Like, we got a lot of content out of soccer. It would be great, I think, to get to play it again. Maybe though, if I play it again, we could actually have a little bit of modifications to it to show off. Preferably in the sense that maybe Gensokyo United isn't a massive piece of shit team that makes everyone who plays the game hate the game. Alright? The final fight in travel mode and story mode is fucking awful. It's so unbelievably unbalanced towards the player. That is one big ass piranha. But yeah, if we played it again and we actually had a little bit of like, just a couple like off the ground type of mods, just to kind of showcase what it is you want to do with it, then that would get some interest in the project. But you know, I'm thinking a little too far ahead right now. Okay. Do you remember when I was fighting against Gensokyo United and Renosuke activated his power up, and his turn 1 option, because every character gets one move before the game really starts, and because Renosuke had his boost, he moved directly into the face of my character who had the ball. There was literally nothing I could do about that. He was directly in Yomu's face before the game, like the ref even blew the fucking whistle. He ran an entire field's, like half a field's length of distance in one action because of that buff. And I was just like, this is impossible. What am I gonna do? Dribble past him? No. That's not gonna happen. And he gets the ball and he takes 2 steps. He is in the goal zone. Do-do-do-do-do-do. do 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 do. Like, come on, man. Fuck off. Not to mention Yukari is very annoying because there's only 3 fucking shots on your team that can get through her barrier, and one is a crapshoot. One is a crapshoot. Only Reimu and Marissa can consistently get through quadruple barrier, or sorry, Sayoji barrier. And sometimes Killing Doll can critical through it, but it's not consistent at all. It's still fun. Listen, the hilarious stupidity of him is definitely funny, but if you're actively trying to beat the game, he does get a bit annoying. But he is very fucking funny the first, like, 2 or 3 times you fight him. Because the novelty of him is just, you keep seeing more bullshit he pulls out, and you just can't help but be like, I can't believe this guy. Yeah, well, Letty's gimmick is that you can't get through her. You can't get through her super, or her special block. Her block is literally impenetrable, but she can't use it if you're in a face-to-face with her. Okay. If you're in a face-to-face with her, she can't do anything. She still has good stats, but she's not gonna stop any of your shots, essentially, in that position. Other goalies have, like, one-on-one, like, abilities, but it's such a nuanced, like, interaction. Because most of the time, you're not fucking around. You're not trying to run into the goalie, because usually it's not only the goalie there. You have to get through other people as well. And it's better to just take a shot from the penalty line. Oh, it's more of a staircase this time. Oh, you can trick. Okay. Oh, Yumiko's another problem, actually. Alright. Yumiko is actually really stupid. Because, one, the AI doesn't know how to deal with her. They always shoot into her Doll of Misery. And Doll of Misery is just... It's just goof troop shit, dude. Straight up, it's just goof troop shit. Like, you shot at the goal and I caught the ball. Here's my special shot that now has a high chance of going through your goal, skipping every interaction in the field at the same time. And it's just like, why can she do that? Like, she shouldn't be able to do that. That's dumb. So, we can't even use her. Can't even use her as a goalie because she's busted as a goalie. Yeah, it's a counter shot, goes through the whole field, a save, and it has a good chance of scoring. Sometimes you can get an Amradosuke. I don't really know how calculations are done in the game for stats, but just because a character has higher stats than you doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna lose, right? I'm pretty sure most special moves basically apply a multiplier to your base stats, and then the chance of success is based on your difference in stats. So there's probably a difference in stat where you'll never get past them. I'm gonna fall. Oh! Oh, hang in there, little one. Alright. I remember that, yeah. Yumiko needs a player to be created so she can do her shot. So there is an unused character for Yumiko that you can, like, put into the game. Yumiko has nothing. She has stats, but she doesn't have any special shots or skills. But she is a fully functional player character in the game. Just so she can, like, I guess just so she can actually use a shot without leaving her goalie position. It just creates, like, a fake her. Listen, Toho Soccer is a game that it's kind of like when It's kind of like when somebody shows you like a potato and they tell you it's gonna power that clock, and it powers that clock, and you're like, what? How's it doing that? It doesn't make any fucking sense, but the game works. It has its moments where it really doesn't work, but it is held together by super glue and staples. All right? No duct tape. Duct tape is too strong for it. Super glue and staplers. That's it. Sometimes those staples come out. Very often they come out. Game is a mess. Oh, they made a little cool rainbow pipe. Good old Rainbow Road. Holy loop shit. Whoa. It's kind of cool. Wait, I'm like really far in 8th here. Alright. Good thing that wall was there. I could use something a little better. Okay. Okay. 20th anniversary. Well, whenever you guys figure out how to like do that to a strong degree, that'll be pretty cool to see. But once you get it working, then you actually gotta start filling it with stuff, right? You're gonna have to start filling it with stuff. Wait, so theoretically you can make your own items, right? Like, you could also make your own items. You can create your own items, right? Oh, this is dangerous. Whee! I'm not doing so good here. We are having a major boo-boo. Major boo-boo. Okay, this mushroom on this road is just asking for death. I don't think like, Daisy's already done. First place is already finished. Dude, every item I got. Every item I got. Power block happened. Adding new shots. Oh. I lost to myself from the future. I lost. Alright, but now it's time for vanilla. That is going right up my ass. Great. Lovely. Great shape. Love that trophy. Number 1. Roar. Let's go, Bowsy. Wee! Now we're on the Wii courses, boys. Oh yeah, look at, okay, alright. So the Wii courses are also remastered editions. They're not the vanilla ones. That's cool, that's cool. We'll see some revisings. Oh. Okay. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Even big boys. Even big boys get hit by the bullet bill. Dick. No! Junior! No! code was so fast. Why am I... What happened to me? Oh, come on, man. This game sucks. Wow. Okay. Alright. I guess this game... That's a single fucking mushroom. Oh! Alright, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Well, we'll wait. I'm not sure if you guys are like actively around the clock working on it, but it's still pretty impressive that somebody even cared enough to like try, because, well, I think most of us have kind of just accepted that there will be no more Toho Soccer ever again. But now you've given hope. Now you've given hope. Same with that guy with Busy Person. I don't know what he's doing though. Why another one? I got no idea how that guy's doing with Busy Person. He hasn't made a peep since. But, hope he's doing well. I really do. I can't wait. I would love to just wake up. That's a big-ass bomb. I'd love to just wake up one day and be like, glorp, and then, file to the game. And it's perfect. You know? That would be so nice. Be so beautiful. And then we can play Imperishable Night for the Busy Person. My dream come true. A dream 5 years in the making. Well, more like 4, but you know. Ayo, Wizard Hattie. Tech stuff is so beyond me. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. Like, when I am an old man, holy shit, I am gonna be so fucking bad. How do I turn the machine on? I don't know. No, that's not me. That's not me. I don't have the socks for that job. It's a shame. Mushroom piston. Bowser got some good strength. I don't really like Mushroom Gorge because I find when I do tricks on mushrooms, I fly off of them a lot. Watch. Well, the obvious answer is to not do tricks on them. Yeah, but that's not as fun. Yeah, huge. Alright. You know, some people know how to do some things, and other people know how to do others. I actually find that kind of impressive in general. There are so many things that I think about where I'm like, okay. It's like, okay, I have literally zero experience with this or any knowledge at all on it. But then there will be somebody who's like, I've spent 15 years of my life on this exact thing. And it's like, damn. You probably know a lot then. You're probably really good at this. No. No. Not at all. Captain. My feelings, they're hurting again. I gotta say though, computers are probably one of the most convenient hobbies to have. But man, I may as well be a fucking caveman, dude. I know I'm here right now. I am on a computer. I know how to do very basic editing. Like, I know how to do some things with some things. I can download an executable, but for the most part, anytime I have to go to GitHub and it's like, hey, here's how you do this. Please, I beg you, just make an executable file that I can run that does it for me. Please don't give me a 7-step how-to readme file. Please just give me an executable that says, click this button and we will do it all for you. I fucking beg of you. Not to mention I have trouble even finding where the fuck the download link is on GitHub all the time. Legitimately all the fucking time. I can never find it and it pisses me off. I'm looking for the download link. Did you mean the raw files? No, I mean the download link. Well, here's a download link to the raw files. That's nice, but I don't want the raw files. Are you sure? Because you're on GitHub and I don't. You probably want the raw files, you fucking nerd. No, I don't want the raw files. Stop asking. Well. Listen, the ultimate goal of you, the smart, is to make things simple for me, the dumb. Okay? Do you understand that? Please. Please idiot-proof things for me. Pog me. I'm tired of it. I can't handle it. Do I look like I know how to program? I'm sure if you saw me, your first thought would not be, this guy knows how to program. In fact, you might think mean things about me if you saw me. You might stereotype me. This guy looks like a white boy. That would be very correct. That would be 100% correct. Not a stereotype, just factual. I'm no Eminem. Well, I don't know if that was meant for me, but okay. I'm not gonna get an item. Not really a good item to get in this cluster of people. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, I'm hitting the wall and... Go! Easy. Easy. Modding is... Well, that's why I like the Steam Workshop. Because the Steam Workshop is just like, check this thing out. That's cool. Do you want a new game? Yes. Then click the green button that says add it to my game. Okay. And you click it. And then it adds it to your game. And I'm just like, fucking genius computer guy right here. I'm so talented. I don't mean to be a bastard, chat, but sometimes when I download mods and I look at the README, and the README is like longer than I want it to be, I get a little annoyed. I know how fucking privileged you are in this situation to have a instruction booklet on how to do this, And I'm annoyed that there's too many steps. Oh, I pressed R button by accident. Left 4 Dead's got a ton of mods. Some better than others. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I like that interaction with the lightning bolt. Where it just, it shrinks you down to normal size. So you still keep a benefit over the other racers. It is affected by lightning, but not really. There's a lot of custom campaigns in Left 4 Dead, but there's also like goofy models. Source games are full of stuff like that. They're fun like that. Oh, then there's also, yeah, there is also the like when things don't work because they don't work. I don't know what that game is, but I saw that there was there's a lot of character mods for that game. I don't even know what that game is. I don't know why it has so many fucking character mods. Left 4 Dead has an insane amount of character model replacements. Some of them even change the hitboxes on the characters, which are harder to use because they can cause desync situations. Normally it's the infected that cause that, so I prefer not to use those when playing with other people. There's a neuro mod for that one. I don't know what the game is. I don't plan on playing it. It's outdated though. It's outdated because Evil's got her new outfit. Well, actually, Evil just looks different in general. She still obviously looks like Neuro, but her hair is a bit dirtier, different accessories, different eye shape, sharper expression in general. She's also got a little flesh fang. It's hard, easy to miss. Backing up! Backing up! Backing up! Neuro has an entire new model. Yeah, but Evil is a lot more noticeable. Because Evil was actually, for the most part, still just reskinned Neuro with a darker outfit. Same outfit, but now she's like a different character, which I think is cool. I like that a lot personally because I like Evil. Evil is my favorite of the two by quite a significant margin, actually. I'm not even sure how that happened. I think it's because I enjoy that she can like change her voice, which causes some really silly business sometime. Whoa, 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 whoa! It's funny because a lot of the highlights I was watching, was V2 for both of them, but she was already on her V3 model. And it's like, oh, so I've been living in the past. I've been living in the past. All these highlights are V2 era, because V3 is all relatively new. I hate when I get an error in a language that I can't read, so I don't know how to fix the problem. Or I get an error that doesn't make any sense because I followed the instructions to a T, and I still get an error. Computers don't make sense to me. What happened to me? What's going on? Whoa. The new V3 was like a month ago for her birthday. Okay. Alright, so it is relatively new, but yeah. Pretty much all the highlights that I was watching were her V2, where she's Neuro properly, but recolored. I saw the history, you know, where she was literally just Neuro with red eyes, and then she got recolored, and now she's got like a proper model that makes her look like her sister, but still makes her own character. Ow. Bethesda games are probably the easiest games in the world to mod, I'd say. For better or for worse. Some people have a little more power than sense when it comes to Bethesda modding. But Source games are also very much up there. I mean, Gary's mod is, you know, it's in the name. It's in the fucking name. No point in doing tricks. That's kind of insane, actually. I wouldn't mod Skyrim because I don't play bad games. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Skyrim belongs to the dorks. The snow is so clear. I prefer my mod to be easy and workshop available. Easy clap. Wee. Oh. That's kind of a cool little, you know. Better explain how you're faster than me, child. I had a mod when I played New Vegas again. I've already forgotten what it did. I think it was just like a performance mod more than anything. I don't even remember. I don't even remember. God, the fucking light on this white. I can't see. No tricks. Tricks are for kids. Oh, yeah. Terraria modding. Dude, let me tell you something about Terraria modding. Back when I had, like, friend notifications enabled for seeing what people were playing, watching a motherfucker try to fucking play his Terraria was so annoying. Oh my god. Terraria. T-mod loader. Terraria. Terraria. T-mod loader. Terraria. Like, motherfucker. I don't care. I don't care. Terraria seems like the kind of game that I would try and get bored of within 30 minutes. That's not to say the game is boring. That's to say that I have the attention span of a water flea. Which is really bad and very selective, I've noticed. I have a lot of patience. I have a pretty good amount of diligence, too. But there are some things that I have, like, zero fucking time or desire to give time for. And I feel like Terraria is exactly that. I would just be like people will tell me this is the greatest game ever made. It's so awesome. I'll play it for 20 minutes and be like, when do I get to the ride? And like, I get the game. And I like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon, and I can play those games for at least an hour. You need a wiki for Terraria. Yeah, you need a wiki for Isaac, too. That's why they made a mod that builds it in for you. It's very fucking convenient. It is the most popular mod by a large margin. It has become wow. It has become an essential mod for playing Isaac in the modern day. Alright. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I can't. I knew it was fake. But a part of me really wanted to believe it would give me the item to win. Later. Death. Death. We're good. We're good. I am calm. I am zen. Star. Doo-doo-doo. No. Stop asking me. No! There's a problem. You're damn right there is. Who haven't I played yet? I think I've played like every character at this point except you and Peach. Golden Duck. Daisy Circuit, Koopa Cape, Maple Treeway, and some other fourth thing. I'm genuinely impressed by modding communities. Really, I am. I don't know how people do this shit. I don't get it. I'll never get it. I am simply the consumer of good mods. That's all I can do. All I can do is consume your work and be like, this is pretty good. Or I can be like, this is pretty not good. Although I don't really say that one too much because most of the time things are pretty good. The only thing that I will give mods flack for more often than not is that there's a lot of times where I can't figure out who the intended audience of the experience is. You know what I mean? Sometimes people want to make difficulty mods, sure. Sometimes the difficulty is the farthest thing from fun that you can get. Other times they're just, you know, it's just... I get it. It's hard. It's hard to do balancing and whatnot, but sometimes, man, Pokemon I think is the worst for it. There's so many goddamn Pokemon hacks that look good and seem cool and have a lot of original flair to them, and you play them and they're fucking annoying. They're so annoying. I'm not saying the game has to be fucking baby mode, but I am saying that I want to play your game and experience it and have a good time. And if I like it, then maybe I'll try it again in the future. I mistimed it. At the higher stuff, right? But instead it's like, oh, I'm enjoying your game, except now I'm not because your game is telling me that I'm stuck. Because the gym leader is preventing me from doing any progress, so I either go and catch a hyper-specific Pokemon to deal with their ace, or I fucking power grind so I can get through them and continue playing your game. I don't like that. I want to play your game because it seems cool. I don't want you to be like, oh, no, you gotta beat my OC now. He's really strong. Check him out. He's so cool. There are enough hacks that are specifically about making challenge, but if you're making a whole new world... You can make a casual experience, I think, so people can actually like play your world and see your work. Just put in a little bit of a difficulty option later. Pokemon excels in that regard. Sure, it's easy baby game if you know how to play Pokemon. But first and foremost, for me anyway, I like seeing what's going on in the world of the Pokemon. Seeing the new areas, the new Pokemon. You know, I want to get invested in the world. I want to care about the world. When I can't get past the first gym leader because Flim Flam Jim Jam is not a good matchup against Jim Garblegoo, and I have to go catch a Zimbabwe to actually deal with him, or power grind till my Babagoo evolves into Glimmy Snip, and then I can win because I'm like 14 levels higher than him. That's not, I'm not having fun anymore. Because I know that if that happened one time, it's gonna happen every time. I am not dead. I'm not dead. Vega, I think, was awful for that. Pokemon Vega was really cool. Had original Pokemon, cool music, cool map design. And then every fucking boss trainer was like, you're gonna lose now. And sure enough, I lost. I did, every time. Because they just always had, like, higher levels and actual movesets. And it's just like, bro, I want to see your world. But you're not letting me play any more of your game until I beat your super awesome fucking trainer. Fuck off! Oh, man. We made the difficulty better. Yeah, I played one like that for Symphony of the Night. They balanced Symphony of the Night's difficulty. How did they do that? They made the Crisagrim do 0 damage. They also made half of the Shield Rod's effects not even work. Because the Shield Rod is too strong. That's not balance. You're just removing fun. Bro, your patch notes just say removed fun. So you can't use it. It's not allowed. Literally, like, your Shield Rod just doesn't work for a bunch of your fucking shields. Because the combinations are too strong. Well, that didn't go where it was supposed to. Into the drink with you. I can't do anything with this banana. I did something with a banana. Whee! Can't power grind because they either put level caps or the Blackaway experience curve. You know, you're right. I haven't experienced that personally too much, but I did play one like that. I played Clover, the 4chan one that has, you know, I don't need to say much more about that. But that one is also like, it's designed as a shitpost, but then it like also, it just kind of gets randomly hard and annoying, and it's like, you're not even funny anymore. Like, you're not enjoyable to play. You're not even enjoyable to play anymore. You're just shit at this point. Terraria Calamity mod balance is nerfing and restricting a crap ton of weapons and mechanics. Yeah, that's always fun. Going as far as I have secret boss resist specific weapons. I'm trying to read. Can't spend the scene for the sake of making the game hard, make the boss safe from the kill you. Sometimes tell it frag you and crap. Yeah, see, this is why you don't nerf things. If your idea of a difficulty adjustment is just like making things not work in the base game, then it's like, well, okay. That's stupid. That's alright. Oh, I'm in the trees. How did you know, streamer? How did you know? I know a lot of things that you don't know. Clover Gym 3. Yep. That's the anonymous guy, right? The guy with the fucking anonymous rat. I remember that. There was a very large amount of 10 EXP grinding to beat that thing. But yeah, like, again, the game is... Clover is what it is. That much is for sure. But like I said, it starts leaning into the, I'm gonna be a really hard game, as opposed to just being an extremely lowbrow humor shitpost. And it's like, now it's just not fun. Because you can't even play it for the shitpost humor. Because now the game is just being an asshole to you. I do agree, though. A lot of hacks in a desire to be played by notable PokeTubers have tried to make them, like, you know, enticing for them to try. But I'll be real with you, I couldn't give less of a fuck about whatever Run and Bun is. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about any of that. I don't give a shit. But this is what most of these hacks end up being, because that's how you get these people to fucking play them. Is you just make them like an awful casual experience. Not my cup of tea. Oh. I am probably still gonna get first. Okay. Shard of Dream. Okay, so the difference between Shard of Dreams and the original, because I actually did play the original to a certain degree. The biggest one is the introduction of the Warp type, because in the original game, Wind was really strong, and there wasn't a lot of answers to it. So there's a lot of, like, there's new moves. There's the Warp type, which is immune to Wind. They created a type that's not broken, like Fairy, alright? Fairy type is dumb because Fairy just exists to just shit all over the place. Immune to Dragon and weak to two of the most uncommon, like, offensive types in the game. Oh, I love Grumble Volcano. But Warped is fine because Warped has pretty natural weaknesses, but it does have an immunity to Wind, which is really good. And then you have the extra stances, which lets you use different puppets as well. And there are level balancing and more puppets to choose from. Like, Shinky, for example, there's like a 10 level difference between Shinky in both games. So they made things nicer and closer to the player gap. Which is actually kind of interesting to say because Puppet Dance has a really big issue with EXP curve. Really big issue. Anyone who's played Puppet Dance is probably aware of it. But you have a untoggleable EXP share, and you always get EXP in the fight, even if you died in the fight. So what happens pretty quickly in the game is that Mook trainers are severely underleveled compared to you, so you just shit stomp them. And then actual trainers, like, eclipse your level or barely go over it, but they're always going to be a higher level than you. So the game is assuming you're beating up these regular trainers to get EXP, but the regular trainers themselves are like not like enjoying to fight. Sure, not every trainer needs to be a full fucking fight, but like they don't pose any real challenge because their levels are like they're like 10 levels lower than you, and they don't even stance change their puppets for a while either. Puppet Dance is far from a perfect experience. It really, it kind of gets on my nerves when people talk about Puppet Dance performance as better than any Pokemon game ever made, which is just not true. It's just not. Puppet Dance performance is a great game with its own set of flaws, some of which are flaws that people have been harping on Game Freak over for a while. Puppet Dance had it first, if you can believe it. But that game came out, Puppet Dance Performance came out around the time of Gen 5, Gen 6. And Gen 5 is really good. Everything makes sense in those games. It starts to get weird in Gen 7. There you go. 4-7 Rainbow on Lunatic. Okay, that mod is really cool. Playing Kanto in Puppet Dance is really cool. My only issue with it is, I guess, having to refight trainers when you leave the gym. Kind of annoying. Same with the Rocket members. I had no desire to play on the higher difficulties because I knew it wasn't going to be fun. No, I disagree. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Shard of Dreams is not a better Pokemon game than any mainline Pokemon game. That's just, that right there is simply disdain for current day Game Freak taking over the wheel. That is what that is. You can't tell me that it's worlds better than games like Platinum, Heart Gold, Black and White 2, Emerald, Fire Red. Like, you can't tell me that it is marginally better than these games. These are really good fucking games. These are really good games. Puppet Dance Performance is a great game because it looks good, it plays good, it sounds good. And the reason why it works so well is because it... You see how much it borrows from Pokemon? Did you notice that? But again, it has its issues. There's no Pokedex. That's a big one. No Pokedex at all. You can't find where puppets are without looking it up. Kassen's quest for the fucking rainbow thing, that's pretty awful. Very awful, in fact. Now, it did do the HMs in the bag. That's good. It had the untoggleable EXP share. That's not good. And this was back when the latest game was Gen 6, where the EXP share did that, but it was toggleable. You could turn it off. It wasn't until Gen 8 where they told you had to use it no matter what. And man, do people complain about that. Game also has no switcher set style. Game is always set style. And the worst part of the game, by far, the absolute worst part of the entire game, is the AI. Puppet Dance Performance AI is very unfortunate. Because it effectively works like Gen 1 AI, where it picks its move after you, knowing what you did. So, you can't have, like, a real battle. You can't really have a real battle. You're mostly just trying to exploit the AI. You can't really get a leg up on them. Obviously, AI is AI, but AI has a couple of flukes in its design that makes it try to emulate a player to a certain extent. For example, most AI in Pokemon games will not assume your ability, like, for example, Water Absorb. If your Pokemon has Water Absorb and the AI hasn't seen it, the AI can click a Water move. When the AI sees that you have Water Absorb, it will stop clicking a Water move, if it has any form of AI at all. Like, there are things that the AI does to try to emulate, like, a real person. But in Puppet Dance Performance, they just see your move and they just pick an option. And sometimes their option select to your move doesn't even make sense. Like, they randomly switch into a bad matchup for no reason. It doesn't make any sense half the time. Oh my god, I just stole first. No, the issue is the battles aren't engaging. That's the problem. It's a different kind of problem, though. Because the issue that comes from mainline Pokemon games is when you, depending on how many Pokemon you use and how the trainer reacts, most of the time you can kind of just use battle items or just, you know, click a stat boosting move and keep your Pokemon alive. And then you can clean sweep. Or you can just beat the whole game with your starter because you can do that. So it's easy to steamroll a lot of things in modern Pokemon games as a result. Puppet Dance you can't steamroll, but it introduces a new problem because most of the time the steamrolling isn't happening, but the gameplay is slowed down to a crawl. When I was playing the game with Christian, the extended mod, he had a Hina and an Orange on the team. And basically what the strategy turned into was switching to Hina for physical moves, and then switching to Orange for special moves. And then the AI would poison themselves, and the AI would just keep switching around, but the AI would never learn or predict. The AI never made an attempt to do anything but what it was doing, and it just caused infinite loop until eventually all of its Pokemon would die of poison. Because a core of good defensive puppets was just, it never figured out the situation. I would much rather the game be a steamroll than have to play every game like a Stallfest. That's why I don't really like, I didn't like Purple. Thank you, Blake, for the sub. That's my problem with Tohomon Purple. Tohomon Purple is an extremely defensive game. There are a lot of there are a lot of enemies and trainers and important fights that just are Stallfest. Your rival, for example, just has a fucking, like, teeter dance, screech, annoying-ass Ellen. So, like, at that point, I just played with shit like Medicine and Yoshka. Because I was like, I don't fucking care. Like, the game doesn't respect my time, so I'm not respecting its time anymore. I don't like having to play like that for every single, like, fucking regular battle, mind you. But Puppet Dance has a similar problem where sometimes, like, pretty much every endgame fight goes the same way, where you just switch between your defensive core. And hyper offense doesn't really work because the AI just knows what you're doing, and you can't really, like, you can't hit them. You can't outplay them. You cannot predict the switch, because if I click the super effective move of the Pokemon in front of me, they're going to switch and they're going to resist it. But if I click the super effective move to the Pokemon, to the puppet they would switch into if I had clicked the other move, they're not going to switch anymore, so then I just look like a fucking idiot. So you can't do anything like that. You can't get the AI because it's always going to pick the option. It's always going to pick an option like that. So your best bet is to just buckle down and just watch them die passively. I appreciate it, Blake. Don't mind me, I'm rambling. Again, I like this game. I really like this game. I think Puppet Dance Performance Shard Dreams is one of the best Toho fan games in general, and it's a really good Pokemon game. But it's not a flawless game. It has a lot of issues. And I don't like when people fucking suck it off and say that it's better than anything Pokemon has ever released ever, because that's just simply not true. That's just simply not true at all. Every single game's got its flaws, but the Puppet Dance Performance gets a fucking pass for some reason. The worst argument I'd ever heard for it is that Puppet Dance Performance is allowed to have all of the flaws that I've listed because it's not a Game Freak game. It's not funded by Game Freak. But, like, all of the flaws that I'm listing aren't... There's nothing... Like, its presentation is great. There's nothing wrong with its presentation. All of the issues come directly from mechanics. The Game Freak versus indie developer has nothing to do with that. At all. It wouldn't matter if it was produced by Game Freak or them. In fact, I'd argue they have a little more polish than most of Game Freak stuff nowadays. This castle is cool. I like this castle. I don't like this castle anymore. I wouldn't. There's a couple things in Puppet Dance Performance that would need improvements, in my opinion, before I'd want to play it again. And like I said, my biggest issue with the game is the core gameplay element of the battles, specifically with a lot of the endgame stuff, because a lot of the battles become very, very chore. Because even, like, I don't understand the type chart matchup, sure, but it doesn't matter. Because again, if I pick the move that's good against the Pokemon in front of me, they're gonna switch. And if I pick the move that's good against the Pokemon they want to switch into, they're not going to switch, and then I get hit by a coverage move, and then I lose. It's not good. And unfortunately, no mod has ever been able to fix that because we don't have access to the source code. Thank you, Blake, for gifting a sub. I'm in the lava. It's the endgame fights that I have the most problems with, because it's always 6-on-6, and you're just... Again, the fights can just take forever because the optimal way to play it, and sometimes the only way you can effectively play it, is to just bounce between defensive Pokemon until eventually your opponent succumbs to passive damage. There's pretty much no reason to put a hyper-offensive Pokemon on your team because A, they're not going to be faster. Oh, okay. you're not going to have the IVs or rank to be faster than their hyper-offensive Pokemon. And again, they're always going to have the AI advantage of being able to pick their move. So you can't really even get away with that. So the game, the way the AI plays, it kind of incentivizes defensive play. Sure, you can have bulky offense Pokemon, and obviously Power Aya is Power Aya. No matter what you do to that puppet's always going to be good. But I don't personally like playing stall. Well, I don't like playing stall and defensive for every single fight in a Pokemon game, you know? Sometimes I just want to send out my fucking 130 base attack Pokemon and just be like, haha, alright, I hit you, you're dead, fuck you. I don't want to sit here and like, oh, Youngster Timmy, send out Pidgeotto, alright. Here we go. I use Spore. Now I use Leech Seed. Alright. Now we got the Leech Seed on him. Alright, he woke up. Now we Poison Powder. Alright. Now we use Synthesis to keep our HP up as he slowly... like, I don't want to do this every single fight. I don't want to do this every fight. I want to hit you really fucking hard and watch you die. I'm going to send in my Pikachu and use Thunder Shock, and you will die. Leveling up defensive Pokemon is also really annoying. Defensive Pokemon are good in important fights because they have pivotal roles. It's just using them is annoying. Same thing with Intimidate. I get really annoyed with Pokemon with Intimidate because they keep having Intimidate activate for every single fucking encounter. It's such a good ability in a real fight, a necessary fight where you need Intimidate, but oh my god, stop activating on every single wild Pokemon I run into, bro. Maybe the issue is streamer just lacks patience. Yes. I promise you that is part of the issue. That is 100% part of the issue. Most of my arguments come from the fact that I have the patience of a fucking squirrel. For some things. But that's okay. Puppet Dance Performance is still a great game. Let me get that out of the way. I cannot stress that enough. It's great. It's fantastic. It's very well made. But it's not perfect. It's not perfect, and it is definitely not better than Gen 4 games. It's not. That's Cope. It is not better than Gen 4 games, and in my opinion, it's not better than Gen 5 games. I fucking love Gen 5 games. But it's not better than Gen 4. Platinum, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver? No. No, 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 no. It's not. Sorry. Still good, though. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be better. It doesn't have to be better than those games. It doesn't. A game's merit is not judged by how much better it is than others. It is how much it is enjoyed. If the only way you can enjoy a game is by comparing it to others, then maybe you don't enjoy it as much as you think you do. Now, I may have fallen 70 times on this track, but things will be different on this last stretch. Oh, baby, a triple. Yeah. Easy. Better than OGDP. Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair. OGDP was a very strange game with a lot of strange decisions. I think it's better than Gen 4 and Gen 5 games. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's fine to be wrong. Alright. Let's do one more, you know? Let's do one more. Ha ha ha! That's because everything runs at 30 FPS. Everything runs at 30 FPS. It's hilarious. Alright. We're gonna sneak peek on the 3DS courses, boys. These are the 3DS courses. Toad Circuit. Why is your me not bald? Because it's a guest me. This is guest B. Do you not recognize guest B? What are you, fake? Holy shit. This guy straight up doesn't recognize guest B. Kind of embarrassing, man. If I were you, I would simply log off for the day. I don't remember the 3DS courses that well, to be honest with you. I hope these are cool. Whee! Guest B, otherwise known as the only white guy in the entirety of the default me list. So that's why you see a lot of guest Bs picked. Because even though we don't give a shit about what me is representing, whatever we're doing, because it's guest, we still end up picking the fucking white guy. Yep, that's me. I'm the white guy. Hey, how do you do? How you doing, neighbor? How goes, a partner? That wasn't a good idea, was it? Wow. Pow. Alright then. Hello, Funky. Why did you, like, immediately jam yourself into the wall? Really skimming the edge here, huh? Ha ha ha! Oh. What a nice classic course. Wow. Stupid ass me. Guest A better. Fuck you. I'm guest B. That's me. Me. Guest B. Daisy Hills. Alright, all the glider sections are gonna be like, you know. All the glider sections. I have hair. I have hair on the top of my head. It feels so good to have hair on the top of my head. Where all my hair belongs. Yep. How about you? Sometimes I wonder if you guys are just projecting. Perhaps it is not I whose hair is gone. Well, whatever gets us through it faster, I guess. Holy shit. Lightning bolt! I wish if you grabbed a queen mushroom, it just gave you like 3 speed boosts. Holy shit. That was wacky. Why bring this track back without the glider mechanic? I really hope you're not serious. I'm choosing to believe that you're baiting me because there's no way anyone could say that seriously in this situation. There's just no way. You're just fucking with me, aren't you? It's true. What they say. I'm super sad. All right. I still feel pain in my shoulders. Fuck. Cheap, cheap lagoon. Ah. Look at those Miis. See those Miis? Go, dive, go. Yo, look at how pretty the map is. Ooh. Ooh, that'll be nice. I like this. This looks good. Glam! Yeah, I don't really remember this course. Okay. Alright. Alright. Anything else? Anything else? No? What do you think Mario Kart World will be like with 24 racers? I feel like you could be in like 6th place and get hit by a random like green shell and just find yourself in last. Like with 24 human players, holy shit, if you're losing, you're getting omega cheesed. Oh my god! What the hell is going on? Oh my god! I'm in the drink. Okay. Allow me to demonstrate. There's like 736 or 748 tracks in this mod. I've played about 100 of them now, I think. So I think I'm a 10th of the way there. That's probably fine. Ha ha ha! Well, it's not about chaining hits. It's about the fact that most of the racers are going to be very condensed. So if you get hit at all, you're just going to have like 15 people like actually just straight up pass you. Are there original tracks or something? Well, yes, there are. Because there's over 700 tracks in this game. I have barely gone over 100, and we were playing Mario Kart 7 tracks. The only game left to play is Tour, the arcade one, and 8. And remember, 8 has a lot of DLC, but there's a number of those DLCs that are remade tracks. So it's not like every single track in Mario Kart 8 is just going to be in this part of that, right? There's a lot of retro courses in that they're going to be changed. I vaguely remember this course now. Fantastic. I love that. That immediate just, alright, back to the race. Okay. Alright. Okay. What's next, like? That's my friend, the Shy Guy. This is his bazaar. Shy Guy Brazzard. Dreamy put the R in the wrong spot. Ah! Somebody else got it. No! Give me God! Give me that back! Give me! Give me! Why did bro just like gain immaculate speed boost when he got my fucking cloud? I could have got out of the air from that actually. I didn't have to blow all my mushrooms, but it's fine. We're chill. We're chill. We're getting out of here. Oh no. Game's file size is 5 gigabytes. So it's over twice as big as the actual like Mario Kart Wii. That's not me in first. Oh, what a bad spot for that. See ya. Well. I'm gonna play as Queen Bee. Baby Pete, Baby Daisy, you fell in a hole and you still got third. I got third. You got second. You was a bitch. Pretty good. You know what? That was really quick. Fuck it. Let's do one more. We're gonna do one more because I want to. Because this is so much fun. That's not what I wanted. Ah. Have I been every character now? Yeah, I think so. Wait, I haven't played Wario. Woohoo Loop, Mario Circuit, Music Park, Rock Mountain. Gotcha. I played Me Too. How could you forget when I played Me Too? Huh? You guys don't even watch the stream anymore. You don't even pay attention. Holy shit, is that you, chat? Is that you? In the bleachers there, you see? With the shaved head, receding hairline? Is that you? Yeah, I love sports. Okay. Yeah, Woohoo is just randomly a part of Mario Kart. Pretty cool, honestly. So it's a section track, as you can see. One lap. And I guess they managed to keep it as a section track. That's pretty cool. Obviously, section tracks don't exist, so they had to get creative with it. I don't like section tracks, personally. Because they make a lot of items useless. Like, what good is this fucking banana? Once the last player passes it, like, there's no point. But when people have to go around the course multiple times, there's always a chance for your banana to do some work. Don't like these section tracks. Not too fond. I'm gonna do it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I can't do it anymore. Are you ready? I'm gonna do it anyway. For the record, if I wasn't small, I would have been able to do that. Final section. Hey, can I have a bullet? How come player doesn't get bullet? I'm not going out there. The fuck are they going? My bitch ass is still in second after all that. That's insane. Alright. I didn't earn that first place, but it's okay. Wario doesn't earn anything. He takes. He simply takes. He does not earn. Beep boop. Well, ultra shortcuts are... I don't really know how you'd want to, like, do those. Because they come from very specific, like, setups to manipulate which, like, checkpoint is registered. And, like, honestly, that's just not something I would be thinking about. If I was remaking a track, you would want to make it accurate, right? You wouldn't really keep that in mind. Maybe some would have it by accident, but people aren't really looking to grind fucking custom courses, right? The novelty of it is funny, mind you. All the air pipes are there, even though you can't do anything with them. Alright. Ultra shortcuts are definitely really cool, though. They're really stupid. They are really stupid, but just seeing how people find them and actually, like, use them, get some crazy bullshit. But I think the funniest part about ultra shortcuts to me is how if you actually tried something like that in a legitimate race, and you were like, haha, I did it, I won, like, fucking Toad would just frown at you. You would be booed out of the stadium. Mario would never invite you back. Like, the game counts it, but nobody in their right mind would actually count an ultra shortcut for the race. Well, I don't get it, Mario. But I did the trick. I got the lap. Lakito counted it. You called it a race, Luigi. Get out of here. You are not my brother. It's like how in Gen 8 in Pokemon, where you do all the important fights in, like, these fucking stadiums and everybody's watching. but you can play like a fruitcake. Like, you can sit there and fucking spam items and like, stall. Chad, imagine IRL. IRL, you're getting, the fucking league championship is coming around. And you got tickets, and you got time off. You're going to the city. You're gonna watch it, and you see the guy who gets to the finals against the champion, and he sends out a fucking blissey, and you're just like, oh no, oh no. And then he switches it back, and then a Clefable comes out, and you're like, no, no. So anyway, that was my weekend watching Smash Tournament. Oh, by the way, chat, I forgot to mention, I won't be streaming this weekend. This weekend is Kagaribi, Japan time. So Friday and Saturday at like 5 a.m. my time. So I'm not going to be streaming the weekend. I'll be taking Saturday off so I can, like, you know, not feel like a groggy piece of shit. And obviously I take Sundays off. So I'm going to take the weekend off. And I'll use those days to do as much as I can for art stuff. But I want to watch that because the biggest Smash Ultimate Tournament ever. And I'm sure it'll be really good if I don't have to watch Min Min Steve again. I cannot fucking believe I had to watch that. Well, actually, I guess to be fair, I could have not watched it. I probably shouldn't have. Fucking Jesus, I hate this game. I hate this game, man. I hate Smash Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. I hate it! I watched Steve cheese like 7 people and then get absolutely fucking curb stomped by Min Min. It was just like, why? Why is this the game we play? I hate this game. That's why I don't play it anymore. LMAO. Don't touch that star. You bitch, don't touch that star. It disappeared as soon as I touched it! Well, and I go. Why do I keep watching it then? Because there are a lot of other characters that are really fun to watch, and I enjoy watching them, and the game is exciting when good players play and they don't play like weasels. I'm tired of watching Steve! I'm tired of him! I don't want to watch him anymore! Get him out! Minecraft is this way! Thanks, Toad. I don't know how you move me that much. Well, alright then. This is going just fine. Bro, I love watching Toriguri. He's so fucking good with Banjo. Whenever he does anything, I pop off. Contrary to what you may believe, there are a lot of characters I get a joy out of watching. It just so happens that some of the best ones, I don't. Because they're fucking cheeselord characters. And I hate Min Min. Min Min is an awful character. I can't stand Min Min, dude. Min Min is the worst fucking, like, worst design character I've ever seen in my life. Why am I being hit by everything? The only reason Min Min doesn't get more flack is because barely anybody plays her. But she is exceptionally stupid. That is not a character who should be in a Smash Brothers game. He really isn't. Rock Mountain. Fuck Steven. I fucking hate Steven. Fuck you, Steve. Go back to your game of blocks. Alright, get out of here. I don't want you here anymore. This is pretty cool. Yeah, dig this. Except they can't control it. Rock Mountain's got a good track, too. It's got rock. Isn't it beautiful? I am coming through. Jigglypuff's just funny because Jigglypuff is just plain. You play like a fucking mosquito. You just fly in and out of range of your opponent, hoping to like bite them, and then you get them off stage and you just bite them, and they die. Death by 1,000 bites. And then sometimes you have confirms that make you pretend to be a real character for a little bit. She's kind of funny, but she's also really annoying to fight because, like, she doesn't engage with you very much. She's a very much a disengaged type of character. If she doesn't have to, like, go near you, she probably won't. There are a number of characters that are tough to fight, but if they have to approach you, at least they're actually, like, fighting you. Projectile-based characters, they don't really have to approach you, and then they just run away the whole match. And those characters are a lot worse to fight. That's why I don't mind fighting characters like Joker, because at least they have to fucking approach me. Sure, I can't do much what he does, but at least he has to be in my general vicinity. Not Captain Falcon, though. He's too fast. I don't like him. That guy is too fast. I don't know what he's doing half the time. And to be fair, neither does his player base. Ain't nobody know what Douglas J is cooking in that mind of his anytime. Toad, I'm gonna turn you into stew if you pass me. Yeah. No. But the thing is, Smash has this very silly balancing syndrome where sometimes it just randomly decides that its characters that kits are designed around running away from you have boxing options to deal with close quarter combat. I don't really understand why they decided to give Pac-Man a frame 3 nair as a combo breaker when all of his specials are like, here, he's Captain Throw Shit. He's Captain Throw Shit, but he also throws hands, like, really well. He's really good at boxing. Alright, we did it, chat. 2 hours of more Mario Kart. Oh. And the credits are back again. Okay. No. Very good. Alright, so... come on, Arm. You can do it. There you go. Fuck. Ugh. That is halfway through Mario Kart 7. When we finish Mario Kart 7, I think it's either Grand Prix or 8, but eventually we'll be getting to the completely custom courses, which will be cool to see. But I'm really enjoying these renditions of existing courses. It's been a great time. Mario Kart is fun. Unfortunately, I can't do any exercise for the things that I've done because I'll die. But, you know, I would like to do this when I can actually exercise because it's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone type of deal. But I just wanted to play something relaxing and fun. And maybe not so relaxing as Mario Kart, but it was definitely fun. So next time, rest of 7, more of 8.